Welcome back everyone in this new live development video about building another battle game. In this video we're going to finishing cleaning up the team color and match system. So if we play the client, so we had several errors, one of them being the fact that the client failed to recover the proper units. It was actually displaying default units with our fight zone debugger, and now it's no longer displaying this because we fixed this by changing by making the actor puller system. But we still have the team color error, and I'm not sure where it comes from, so we'll see. Access none trying to read the property called function map. So that this means that we failed to find the player in here, and actually I'm not sure when does that trigger. Yeah, it's indeed in the combat phase. So that's I think that's because we are trying to find an empty player. So where is it failing to find the players? I mean, why is the client missing the player information? It should not. So when the in-game state received player current battlefields, the client are actually triggering that logic, which means, and this is actually triggering during the recruit phase, if I'm not mistaken. Hello world, yep, we do have this. So clients did store the value of the fight zone. So we are finding the fight zones. So we'll open up our fight zone entry. And we'll add a text which is going to be the player in this fight zone, I guess. This way we'll always see who is fighting in there. So we are actually binding ourselves to the fight zone event when, so we don't want to see engine content. Yep. So we want to see where are we. Level, grid, fight zone. Actually we want the parent, the parent. On unit registered, and we don't have anything regarding the local player name. So we are clearing this. So we're gonna have clear hosting player function, which is gonna clear this, and we want to be calling this instead. Clear hosted player, we actually have this in here, so we're going to get rid of this, cut this, see where this is called, and in here we want to clear the hosted player, the hosting player. Yeah, this is gonna be hosting. I meant hosted. We're just gonna get rid of this in the fight zone. Like this, hit compile, go back to the grid. Yeah, and we're going to put this here. Hit compile, hit save, hit play. Go back there and say this is gonna be called hosted player, clear hosted player. And we're gonna rename this hosted player as well, the variable. So like this. So where is this set? When we clear it, obviously. and we're setting this here. Alright. I'm not sure why they are in white, they appear in white here. That's because we didn't compile these regions. So when we match player, the server is actually setting these values. And I think we want to avoid doing this. We want to have a function which says set hosted player, which is gonna set this. And I think we never want to be calling set hosted player elsewhere than in these functions. So in here I guess we want to set hosted player like this. We want to control drag like that. So there might be something wrong in our logic, so I got rid of this. Yeah, we want this. Okay, so we want this and we want that. Like this. When we match the players, the server is actually also storing these informations. Maybe it should not be storing these informations because is storing them here. So actually I think we don't need to do this here. We'll see if we're not doing this. Do we have the Teamcolor bug that the client has? No, we do not. And now we have the colors here. Oh yeah, but the bug wasn't happening all the time. And now we don't have... Yeah, we don't have... And now we have them. So I think there is something going on with our logic. So we should not be doing this. It's almost certain. Because we are storing... Oh yeah, of course, but we are using that logic to... We are using this to know if we can use that battlefield. So we actually need to keep that logic in there. So I think now we won't have the same bug we had, where we weren't being sent to the good battlefield. No, we still have the issue. Are we on the wrong battlefield, or our unit just failing to spawn? Yeah, seems like your units are failing to spawn from time to time. We have the units, we go back there, we are being sent back and we don't have the units anymore. Whereas we didn't have this bug beforehand. So this is quite strange. We'll see. We'll see how we modified this, how we set this. So are we calling set anywhere else on player? Yeah. In here, set hosted player. We want to plug this in here. We want to plug this in here. And we'll just open up our main HUD, our in-game HUD, and we'll put this on the top right corner. This is the current phase we can see on the top right. Okay, we're good with this. We'll just make this like bold italic, like 32, with a bit of shadows, like this. We're good, and we'll go back to our grid, and we'll make a new event dispatcher, dispatch on new player hosted, and this is gonna get 2 parameter. The grid responsible for which just changed its player name, its hosted player I meant. So like this, and we're gonna call this when we clear as well. Like this, we're gonna close what we had here, and we're gonna assign to the fact that we add a new hosted player in our fight zone debug entry, and we want to change the text of our owning player. So we have these values, so we're gonna clamp the name, I guess. Bold, this is gonna be like 12. This is gonna be in the middle. We're gonna have a little bit of shadows. I want that bold italic. So we don't have the proper name here. We should have our name, and in here I think we have the proper name as well. We'll quickly add an overlay to this. We're gonna add an image behind the overlay, which is gonna fill. This is gonna be like black. And we're gonna add a size box to this. Like this, the size box is gonna be 300. Mean desired height is gonna be 100. I meant 70. The overlay is gonna be filling. The image is gonna be filling. The vertical box is gonna be filling as well. This text block is gonna have some kind of padding there at the top, and this is gonna be bold 60, and it doesn't gonna have a color by default. So we have something strange here. I think we have way too many fight zone debug entries. We're gonna remove the name here. And we're gonna clamp. We're gonna find the name in here. Get substring, get length, gets length we want. Length -6, that's where we start and we end here, like this. So this guy is fighting here, this guy is fighting there. But we should have our name here. So I think that's because we're still setting the hosted player by hand somewhere else, but apparently we're not. We're gonna try something by just calling this by grabbing the base name of this, the hosted player right when we spawn. Okay, the bug came from here, so they're not being spawned in the right order. I think we have one here. We'll do something else. We'll add padding to our slot as horizontal box slot. Set padding. We're gonna add padding to our fight zone entry. Like this, and so yeah, okay. We have too much of them, I think, and it's failing to properly display them all. So we'll just add an uniform grid panel like this. We'll make that variable and we'll plug that at the top of our screen like this, and we're gonna add the child to this box instead. We'll keep the previous logic just quickly. Oh, we can't set the padding, and it's no wonder because they're not supposed to need them. Yeah, so I was afraid we might be needing to change their row and column by hand, and I don't want that. So what else do we have? So yeah, maybe grid panel. Fight zone debuggers. If we go back there, we want to add this, and can we add padding? Grid panel object, I think grid slot, that's it. What else do we have here? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, and we can set the padding, and I think that's what we want. We still need, yeah, we need to offset them by hand, and I really don't want that. Yeah, that was what I wanted. A wrap box, wrap debuggers, and we can delete the rest. I knew there was one I wanted, and that is the one I wanted. So we're going to add child to wrap box and plug our content in here. So yeah, maybe we can't add padding this way. Maybe we can do it this way, I'm not sure. We'll see how it behaves. and we didn't set the proper size for that. This is gonna take this, and this is gonna size to content, and we're gonna get rid of the horizontal box. Yep. Way better for a debugger. So if we're heading over the battle, client sees what's going on. Now if we head back here, so client doesn't know, client didn't receive the combat phase, and that guy doesn't have units. But does the client have Teamcolor? No, it does not, so we're gonna fix that error. And it doesn't have, so the error is clear now. It doesn't have the proper names here, so I'm wondering why. Because it failed to receive the rep notify from the game state, so it doesn't know. So what's not working? This is not working. The client did not receive this, whereas he should have. So that's actually quite strange, because I think we printed that. The client received them. Okay, but maybe it's just maybe that it's failing to fill them here, because when we create the debug entry, we are indeed getting this. So even if the dispatcher triggers too late, we should have the names here. So we'll move that print over there to our fight zone debugger. Clients did receive some stuff. But we can't know what it is. What is it printing? It's printing the proper information, I think, in here, but we are clearing this afterwards. Yeah, they appeared. So I guess we are clearing this at some point. Clear hosted player. Oh no, we didn't want to duplicate this. We wanted to see where we are clearing the hosted player in the in-game state when the combat phase is over. And I guess we are calling this when we are going to recruit phase. So I think we don't want to do this here. Go to phase. Well, when do we want to clear the combat phase? When the combat phase ends? When are we calling on phase timer end? I think we are calling this. So when combat is over, we want to clear the combat phase in there. I think this is gonna fix our issue for now. So client has the proper information. So I'm gonna put a grunt and he's gonna put a wolf rider. So we have the guys there and they have the proper color. So we are fighting on different, maybe we are fighting on different battlefields. So the server doesn't have the information and the client does, so that's why it's not gonna work when we're gonna hit plus. Oh, it's gonna work, but we don't have the proper colors. So this is because there is a discrepancy between how we are displaying the player information and how they are being filled. So this is an error. So if I'm adding grunt, so yeah, it's starting, everything is starting to fall apart, it seems. Yeah, he actually put our grunt alone in here. Well, that's actually the client grunt apparently. And we don't have nothing anymore. So I think, yeah, our match system has some bugs, I believe. So if I'm hitting plus, it does work. Then I'm coming back to, and in here I have the names, but in here I haven't. So I guess I know why. I think we should be doing this in that order, because we're clearing the name in here and we're re-rolling them here. So I have the proper names. I still have the names, but I don't have them here. But I should have. So why don't I? So I won't have the team colors and I don't have the units as well. And what if I move the units? What if I add more? I have them. So I guess that's just, I have the feeling that we're emptying the information regarding the units in between two rounds. If I move them, yeah, we have them. And we don't have the team colors here because we have the player bug, name bug. And if I don't move them, we don't have them. So I guess I know why it's failing to work on that side. But we'll see in another video. I think we need to check out why the client fails to receive the information regarding the player name, because the server clears the combat phase. Everyone pulls. Every units are removed. We are clearing the hosted player of each of the battlefield, and we are also, are we storing the local battlefield in here? No, we're not. Okay, so that was a good thing. So all battlefields lost their information about this, and then we are removing all units, so that's fine. Okay, so I think I just know why. That's because we failed. We might have forgotten to reactivate the collisions of our units when they walk away from yep, we, when they are being pulled, we fail to reactivate their collision, and I think we need to do this. So on set unit state, if we are pulling the unit, we are gonna reactivate its collision with the grids. So that wasn't the problem. But it was the quick fix I wanted to try. We were on the player side of the issue. So this is being called in our in-game states when we're trying to go to the combat phase. So I guess there is. So we're clearing this, and then we're trying to match players with each other. How many local variables do we have here? Okay. Did we forget to clear something? I don't feel like we do. We are setting the hosted player in here. Where did we fail? And why does the client find himself in the situation where he doesn't have player names anymore? When we go back there, we don't have them anymore. So are we even receiving this when we come back to the recruit phase? So yeah, we don't want that. Where was, do we only have, yeah, I only want that print. So we don't have text. Okay, client never receives it. So I guess that's because I failed. That was a simple, no, I thought it was a fail on my side, but I feel like because we're never clearing this. Because the match is exactly the same. So there is a protection regarding replicated variable, and they are not going to be replicated if their value is the same. And since the 2 rounds we have the same match, the server does not replicate this, does not send that information on the client, and therefore it's failing to trigger that event. And the client fails to have information about this. So that's quite... I think there's an easy way to fix it, uh, because it's not gonna be... Everyone is gonna search for... Everyone is gonna search for information regarding players. Only the server is going to set it. And if the value is the same, how can we check the values? Oh, we'll have to check bits by bits. So that's quite not what we want. And we have some kind of random here. So that's pretty annoying. That's a pretty annoying bug. Oh, we can check if that's identical. Okay, that's quite convenient to us. So client is gonna check if... Actually not the client, actually the server is gonna do this. Yeah, this is way cleaner. So the server is gonna check if they are the same. If they're not, it's gonna do this. And if they are, is gonna call what we're doing here by hand. So we're gonna promote that to a function. Call update battlefield hosted players, like this. And we're gonna have a function here, I mean an event called MC updates hosted player, which is gonna be multicasted, reliable, and it's gonna call update battlefield hosted player, and it's gonna use set that variable in the same time. Yeah, no value are going to pass by reference, but we do not care about this. And we're gonna go back to our match function, match player with each other. So if they are the same, we're gonna multicast update hosted player using this value, the temp player battlefield, the temp battlefield. And I think it's gonna work right away. So like this. So we see both units, both player team colors. Clients have the information, and we still have our units not being spawned bug. But it doesn't matter because we fixed our team color issue, and also our... We always know we made our debugger better, and we always know what units are on what battlefield, fight zone I meant. And I'm sure we will improve it once more in future videos, when we are gonna make it sure that the units being displayed here are the unit that spawn when we go to the combat phase. So hope you guys enjoyed that video, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.